I kind of want these races to get knocked out so that we can just go ahead and start the bracket phase.
Oh yeah. Woohoo.
And then we'll see if anybody objects to doing things faster, or if like somebody was counting on having the first week of March available for other things. Because sometimes that does happen where it's like, well, we're not going to start this until this time. Hey, can we start this sooner? And like one person says, I can't do that. And in that case, honestly, we say like, okay, we will not hold it against you that you can't do that. Everybody else, are we good to go?
You made it.
Yeah, I know. The one thing though is, if we're going with average race time proceeding, which I am a large fan of,
Let's go.
we do want them to actually race. Because right now they only have, I believe they only have 2 times.
Yes.
Because with the Vin drop, it shows up in the bracket as they have an extra win, but they never actually had those races. It also, though, technically means... I like average more.
Oh, secret.
I would be honestly okay with something like top 3 times even as an average, and then drop the rest. Because I have a nice big fat 40 sitting in my average. But I'm kind of basically getting at the principle of like, I don't care if we throw one out. Or best 3 at least makes it so that like you're only doing whatever. Because then you kind of get into the folks that get out of the 3-person groups have the conversation of like, well, you know, my average is off of these times, but I could lower it if only I had these extra races to be in. And by rights, they should have those extra 2 runs. For better or worse, to be able to average them in. Which leaves us with the question of, you know, what are those times going to be?
You made it.
Of course, if you kind of go by what I'm saying, you say, well, you can drop one, I don't care. Then, you know, you have that last race where you just go for broke because it doesn't matter. Of course, at the end of the day, how much does the seeding really matter? There might be like 1 or 2 people that are trying to get out of a race against HJA, but honestly, you're going to have the people who consistently got 33s in round 1, and you're going to have the rest of the people that also got through the bracket. And so everybody else is basically hosed. 6 and 7, I think, are like the only ones that are really kind of like, it doesn't really matter, but that's where the fight's going to be in round 1 of the bracket. Although even then, there's 4 buys. So I guess 8 and 9 is going to be an intense race. I should look it all up later. I mean, the fact of the matter is, right, it doesn't really matter. You're going to have to race somebody who has a 32 if you want to win the tournament.
Let's go.
If not a 31. And if you can't produce those times, well, you're in for fun. Wow. Nice.
You made it.
They could have a bad run, But unless your PB is like in that 34-33 range, I think BT had a bad run against me in one of those races. Like, he had a death on the Wily capsule. He still had a 34, which is better than my PB. So it's like, I'm mostly getting at your seed in the end isn't really going to matter. It's a mid 35, I think. And I think we proved that it has 34 potential. It was that one race against Infinite where it was the first round against him. And
Let's go.
was it that one? It might have been that one. Or maybe it was the second race against BT. And I think the only thing I did wrong the whole run was I didn't get Easy Devil. Everything else was great, and I think I finished like 16 seconds over PB.
Phew, made it.
Nice.
Ha.
So like I could get a very high 34 on a good run,
Let's go.
but good runners on a bad run are gonna have mid 34. So it's not that I'm not gonna make him earn it.
Cha, ha, cha, ho, ha.
81. Yeah, Concert, your PB should be a minute faster and you should have cut the 50. Why did you jump? I'm so mad. It was a good run, though. And I totally get that when it's not your game and you're just playing it for fun, sometimes you just have these splits where it's like, what happened? I think the Creed asked me in the booth, like, what did that do to his PB chances? And I said, do you want to know? Yeah. You got a gold split.
I'm a winner.
And that's beautiful, though.
Cha.
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody has that. No, I told you yesterday after the race, though, there's like a lot of like little things. If you're holding A on the beam into every stage, you save a second over the course of the game. If you jump off the top of the ladders, you'll probably start saving another 1 or 2 seconds. Those are stupid things. But they're also free. And knowing that those times it saves exists is also how I was able to actually start doing Plugman stage properly. Because you need to know about those to actually like make those cycles.
Wa-ha.
Oh baby. We're going. Hell yeah.
Oh, secret.
That was expected. Once it was a 78, that gold split was expected. So, yeah, Tornado Stage with Jet. Don't worry about the crazy strats. The crazy strats are crazy.
Let's go.
And I think it's been said they save, like, not even 1 full second if they're done perfectly, which I don't completely buy. But certainly you can still play the stage pretty fast without doing that. I have to, like, myself now actually calm down a little bit. Because it is awesome having, like, 8 seconds in my pocket right now. I need to play this game with the same amount of disdain I would if I was like +2. You can already like feel these jumps are really just flying all over the place right now. 35. Oh well.
You made it.
You gave me a couple of heart attacks. Part of what saved our hearts is that, to be perfectly honest, you were far enough behind we weren't paying as much attention as we should have been. But the part where you were like upside down and you kind of got caught on the battery cycle there, that was scary. Like, we caught bits and pieces of it. I think you died on the last screen after getting bonked by an umbrella once. Jewel is an option there, because Jewel will cut through the umbrellas, but at the same time, if you get a drop, it's very easy if you're trying to, like, not do a full jump, to get a drop and lose the jump. Now, Tornado Stage, though, like, the 2 battery sections, you can skip them entirely with Jet. You can do both of them. The big thing is if you do it the long way, it's harder to do the middle section of the stage with Jet, because you're just going to run out of it. And I love that I'm still doing that stage, like, slightly faster every time. Nice. This is as far as we've gotten tonight.
You made it.
Yeah, there were a couple of the Rush Jet sections were scary for you, and you should use Rush Jet in them. Just use Rush Jet. You shouldn't have to do any jumps. That was scary. I lost a second compared to what I had here. I did everything right except the end. I was like, oh. Their hitboxes for the fireballs are actually kind of scary. It's very easy for the... You can stomp them as they're throwing a fireball, but that fireball is active. And you will get burned. And then you will be sad. This Dry Bones is on a global chimer for the stage, which is kind of crazy. I missed a coin. I agree with the black hole strats. There's a couple of spots in there where I could tell you the better way to use black hole. There's really like only one shot where that's a true statement. Okay, this is a very acceptable Magic Koopa fight. Ghost, you gotta beat this game. Like, these are... those are 4 seconds I'm okay with. Like, I obviously want them eventually, but... And one of them is in the first room. Oh my goodness. Anything where you can actually get that second hit fast on Magic Koopa is a good stage. I beat this before I beat Mario U, I think. Okay. I don't have the race open. I don't know who's favored in that race. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Just barely landing on that platform scares me. Like, I could get back up if I had to, but like at that point all this time would be lost.
Oh, secret.
I'm pretty sure it's a true statement that every ghost house in this game has a secret exit. There's no ghost house in the world in Acorn Plains. There's no ghost house in the desert. The one in Iceland and Waterland brings you to the rock mines. This one brings you here. I don't think there's a ghost house in the rock mines. I'm there like not often enough to really know, but I don't remember there being one. Okay. I think it was a 70 here yesterday, so that's good. That's a tight race, 15 seconds. That's within Wily RNG range, although it's up there. I think, is that 2 cycles for Wily? I have to double check, and I should just work on this. Like this stage, there's a little bit of time for me to save outside of this fight even. Not in this fight. This fight, I think, like I could save time by not doing a spin jump and get the first hit in faster. Which is more about being comfortable making that jump, so I should lose like a second here. Granted, I got to the door faster, so maybe I won't. I mean, you could play the deluxe version of this game. It has its own separate leaderboard, but like it's mostly the same game.
Ho-ho!
Oh, did I not move fast enough after this last time? I think I sat on the menu too long. It'd be funny if I save a second. Good, they're both there on the same screen. Lack Attack, thank you for the host. Hope Mario 2 went well. Welcome, all of the lackeys. Can I say that? All right, hang on. Let's see if we can do this. This is crazy stage. Nice. All right, we lost 1 second there on the brick movement, but okay. So welcome to New Luigi U, everybody. The run continues. Any percent record in this game with Luigi only is, you could decide to use other characters, is 26-23. And I know I have a chunk of time in the Bowser fight. So let's go. Remember when this guy was hard? And you have to like wait for him to like actually send the punch down, run up the arm, hope he doesn't throw a bomb at you. And then you think, wait, I have a squirrel suit. Nice. I think that's a half second of remembering to immediately move on the map. So the next stage is an RNG stage. There's a section near the end where I basically need to escape with my squirrel suit. And if I get through that, we get to see the exciting end of the run. Probably. Not all the time, but all of the time is in the last stage. Not like a minute worth of time, but probably sub 27 worth of time. It's definitely not all the time, because I lost at least 5 seconds probably earlier in the game. Meanwhile, we're also kind of keeping an eye on the Mega Man 9 tournament in here, so don't worry about that. Oh my goodness, the end of this run. So there's literally one section here. We have to wait for falling fireballs to break blocks on top of us because the bricks are actually all coins. Getting there should be free, but now that like I'm panicked, you know, we'll see what happens. Duck jump. All right, so now we wait here. See that fireball right there? That's the one that's trying to end the run. I don't know if that's actually RNG, but it definitely feels like it's RNG. So a lot of the end of the stage is just kind of, when do I go? And at some point, I will have to decide to go YOLO and just go for it. This next stage has a jump and the Squirtle boost. I don't know what to call that thing. I think I've called it Cape Pump too much because I played too much Mario World. But I need to get through the first part of the stage fast enough to avoid an incoming fireball. And we avoided it. And we avoided that. So we can triple jump. Easy stage. Except I have an 87, not an 88 for some reason.
Made it.
Your stream might be slightly ahead of mine, Con, so I'm going to refresh this because the lead right now is like 1 second, which is nothing. With a pile of RNG in the end game. Oh, I need to hold right trigger in this stage. So this jump, you're supposed to tilt the controller to move those platforms, but you can use the triggers, which if you ask me is a much easier method, but it is also a little rough to control. So this is the spookiest jump. That jump is spooky. But if you get it... Alright. If you look at the difference between the PB split and the gold split for this next stage... Oh wow, we're down to 27 even on Sum of Best. Nice. There are quick hits you can get on Bowser. Let's see. I don't know if 26 can happen, but it feels like it can. Can I get in the door with him right there? I'm surprised I didn't take damage from jumping off the bottom of that thing. That jump always feels weird. I still don't trust that jump. You don't have to spin jump, but I'm watching the easy double fight and thinking this has to be easy Bowser. Well, that's that race. It's only 20 seconds, though. Wily can make that up. So, first thing we do here is skip a fireball. Good. This is the missing hit from PB, but I need to get the second one now. Jumped at 3. Where did those extra time? Where did the extra time come from? I'm confused about that, but hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
Well, that's probably a 53. Sweet. We are required by speedrunning law to watch the credits, right?
Thank you.
Let's take a quick look here. World 1 was terrible. There's apparently time there.
What?
That's true. X-Dragon's supposed to cash in dad jokes right now. He's promised when I got a 26, he would cash in all of his dad jokes. So, yeah, first few stages, there's like 2 seconds there. I actually got the 78s in the Soda Jungle, so I can't complain about them being missing. There's 1 second compared to the record video on the door of Soda Fort, the tower. Because I think M-Chan has an 82 and I had an 81. The Boom Boom Stomps and the Ludwig Stomps leave much to be desired right now, but I mean, I guess at this point, much is, you know, a couple of seconds. The Ghost House was great. I apparently lost time jumping to the flagpole in the auto-scroller. Meringue Clouds 1 was a gold split, and whatever. Conster, thank you for gifting Lack Attack a sub. Welcome to the Bagel Cage. 2 bagels enter, 4 slices leave. We get a dad joke for a sub here. What dog is the best swimmer? Which dog is the best swimmer? It's a lap dog. I guess they go fast. I don't know if I could think of a better one. Maybe a poodle would be the next one. A poodle? I don't know. I'll go with lapdog. Meringue 1 needs improvement, but whatever. The tower in World 7 is a pile of RNG named Kamek. Or Magikoopa, or I don't even know anymore. So I'm fine with those 4 seconds being on the board. I wish they weren't, but that's a known quantity. And realistically, at this point, that's a good chunk of time to know about. The Ghost House is free. Ludwig's Castle has time in it, which I guess now I'm in 26 range, so I have to go for it. How close to record? If this is a 53, I mean, record's a 23, so 30 seconds. So each 1 second to save is a large chunk of time now. Which means I need to actually start looking at Ludwig's Castle and doing it the fast way, which is very scary. Because the end of that stage, I mean, right now I'm kind of going over the second block and going over from there. I'm supposed to go further to the right. Get in position to, as the block is going back, at that point, over my head, get onto a platform very fast, and I believe the way to do that is a wall jump, so I can then duck and jump through fire bars that are coming. See, on the camera, it's going the wrong way, right? Yeah, the bottom one's ahead, so it's... I have to jump through this gap between two fire bars, and that saves like 2 more seconds, which is insane. But here we are. I don't think there's anything on that airship level. Like, we could check when I got into the pipe, but beyond that... Oh no, I did lose a second. I got caught up on a brick. So there's actually still time there. 8-1... I think we're at the point now we have to go to YOLO. 8-4, I don't know what happened, but I was apparently slow getting to the pipe. Everything else was great. I'm surprised that Bowser got right up as fast as he did. And at this point, I match record through World 1, even though, you know, we probably both lost time. I'm still 5 seconds short here, so somehow there's 5 more seconds, which is crazy to think about. Only 1 second here. That's fine. So I go from 6 seconds back to 15 seconds back. So there's 10 seconds in that World 7 tower. I totally believe that. At which point we could also say that's like half the time and half the game's left. Ludwig at 16 for me and 57. What happened? No, it's the other way. 57 up to, so it's 20. So there's 5 seconds there. I'd believe it. Just based off of actual timing of the Ludwig fight itself. That means there's 5 seconds in that stage, and that's a very easy stage. Let me save this really quick. And then the next split. Alright, Bowser Jr. What did I say that is now? That's like 20 seconds off. 19 and 08. Those splits. Oh, we've got to be splitting at different times because that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if there's 10 seconds in World 8, there's probably a little bit in 8-1. And then the rest of it's probably, there's chunks of it here and there. Wow. So now what? I think from here, I need to do a run of all fortresses because on Sunday, I am playing all fortresses as part of the Pixels for Peace marathon. I need to get a plug for that, like, properly organized so I can say where it's being restreamed and everything, because I don't really know, but if they've got a Twitter account, I know that. And maybe as I post this, I can find that. Because it would be great to plug this.